This panel is called Pen to Profit. This is where you build your resource the right way. We're going to get right into it. The biggest thing that creatives want is exposure. We are in an age where everybody not just wants to be seen, they want to be heard. Some people feel like the route for them is independent. Some feel like they need a label to back them. My first question to you is, if I'm a new artist, if I'm someone who's building from the ground up, I have the talent, I can write. What does it take for me to be attractive to a label? Not just any label, a Christian label. What does it take for me to be attractive and to have a career that's full of longevity with said label? Okay. Oh, where's your mic at? Oh, look, are you? Hold on. Let me see. Is it behind you?
I can borrow this one. Cool. Yeah, we can pass it.
Okay, cool. No, actually, no. You know what? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Right here. There we go. Yeah, this is yours.
All right, here we go.
Boom.
All right. That's a great question. If I was a new artist, I think what we're looking for more than anything is somebody that knows their identity, that knows who they are and who their demographic is. I think labels are not looking for a hot song right now. They're looking for somebody who connects, somebody who has a mission, somebody who has something a cause. Somebody that at this point in time, people need to buy into the artist. If you have a great song, it's awesome. But if you want somebody to come back and listen to you and support what you're doing, you have to stand for something. You have to buy into you and what you're pushing, man, what you're providing. So I think having identity and having something that you stand for and having impact is the most important thing right now for new artists.
Absolutely. Neiko, I'm going to go right to you. You work in the radio game, right? So streams, you know about it. You've seen people go from getting radio play to struggling to get streams to now everything is on a video, everything is a photography, it's all these different things. For me to get exposed, I know that I need to have a level of authenticity, but I'm authentic and people are not receiving me. I'm authentic and people are not rocking with what I do because they don't think it deserves exposure. How do I grab that exposure and nourish it for what I need?
Well, I think we can tell when something is not authentic. You know, I think a lot of people try to put on the front. I think social media does that. A lot of times we get a snapshot of people's lives, but we all know that is not their whole day.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Uh-oh. That's okay. That is not their whole day. And I think you just got to be authentic. I think to piggyback off of what everybody's been saying today, we know when things aren't for real, right? Yeah. So I know when you're putting on the front, or I know when you're not being your true self. I know if you write a song and it doesn't kind of go with your vibe, right? So I was talking to Jordan a couple weeks ago, and he played a song for me, and I just knew that he was in a different place, and you could tell by the way what he was saying and how he delivered it, and like everybody was saying, like when you go through things, you transfer that onto paper and into songs. So I think for me personally, I can tell when it's not authentic, and yeah.
Got you. So we talked about.
Can I piggyback
on
you
that? Absolutely can. Go ahead.
That Jordan song, that song is amazing, by the way.
Yes.
Delight.
Yeah, it's so good.
Delight.
But what he attached sonically to the visuals played a big part. Yeah. So I think attaching those two things was super important. Sometimes it's not just the song is great, but what he did visually, I feel like captivated so many people. Yeah. We just tonight we were here and somebody came up to him and was like, "Hey, I actually just saw your reel on my timeline 3 days ago, and now I'm seeing you in person."
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's super important.
That's super important. So you want the authenticity. It has to be real. Mm-hmm. I have those things, but there's a level of immaturity in my financial spending. I don't know what it takes for me to get the funding I need. I don't know the correct terminology. I present myself as a professional, but there's a level of insecurity because when I go to get funding, I don't know what I'm talking about. I need the 3 things that every artist or creative needs to know before they walk to the table to be sponsored, to be funded.
Great question. So first thing is identity. You are the brand. Yep. You are the gift. That means that you are the individual that the bank is going to look at first, before your music, before your clients, before your 100,000 followers, right? And so you got to be credit ready, right? You have to be credit ready. And coming up, I'll tell you guys, I look like a kid. Father to 4, grandfather to 5. This is my 30th year in banking.
Congratulations. Okay? That's major.
Thank you. So some things that people say is cash is king, right? That's a lie. Cash is cash. Credit takes you anywhere you want to go. And so you have to be credit ready. And then you definitely need reserves, right? You can't go in Gucci down, 517 credit score, but I can sing. Thank you. Well, you make a little more money, come back. You just have to be authentic, like you said. That's real talk, y'all. Amen. Yes or yes? Yes. Authentic. You also have to have, most people say budget, right? Without a vision, there's no budget. You have to have vision first, and through your vision, the budget comes. And then the third thing, it's just really, really being a good steward over the things that you have done. And so just like I do financial literacy on a day-to-day basis, if I borrow $500 from Neiko and asked, what's your name? Yobi, for $500, who's going to be the first person to say something if I don't give them their money back? Neiko. He's going to say, this guy ain't giving me my $500 back last month I gave him. Don't give him anything. That's just what banks do. And so you got to make sure your paper is right on the back end. Everything about who you are, because at the end of the day, every bank talks.
Absolutely. So let me ask y'all this. I have all three of those things. I feel like something that, I'll speak for my generation, there is a lack of professionalism. How, as an artist, do I conduct myself when I'm going into these meetings, when I'm presenting myself to these labels, when I'm looking to get exposed? Although I need to be authentic, I do need to have a certain level of vernacular. I need to be able to express myself maturely. What is one of the biggest turnoffs as a record label exec when you see, how do you get around being unprofessional?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things when an artist walks in is that's a big turnoff for us if they don't know where they're trying to go. If all they're offering is talent or a good song, that's not enough. I need to know what your vision is, what your game plan is. Like, I need you to know who you are. We're here to come alongside your journey and your vision, but you have to know who you are and where you're trying to go. Yeah. So.
I got you. So, I was about to direct it right to you.
Okay, yeah. One of my biggest turnoffs is when people come and they don't know who they're speaking to.
Yeah.
I think it's very important for you to do your research to know who does what in the company. There's a lot of times I get hit up about the most randomest things that I have nothing to do with, and I have to direct those people. And I often ask them, like, well, do you what is your goals? What are some of the things that you want to do? Well, you need to go talk to this person. You come to me for this, but a lot of people don't do their research, and I think they just reach out trying to get just try to get your attention, but not speaking to the right people. And I think you have to know who's in the room with you.
Yeah.
No,
Now,
that's
let me
yes,
add
go
something.
Ahead, please.
Melvin hit on it. So I'm from Detroit. Any day, you can walk in a room, Karen, my family, the Winans family, anyone that's doing something, right? You got to know your audience, like you say, and it costs nothing to be kind. And so, unfortunately, in these meetings, even the meeting before the meeting, when you're walking through the door saying hi to the receptionist who may be the mother of the individual that's going to give you your play, you have to be, it costs nothing to be kind. So just being kind will definitely continue to keep in the rooms that the gift or talents have you in.
Absolutely. One of the beautiful things about this panel is that there is silence. Silence is so convicting because it makes you check everything that you have going on. And I admonish y'all, man, if you feel like I don't have the strategy for funding, I do need to get better in being professional, I don't know what it takes for me to articulate where I'm trying to go, what I'm trying to do. Like, these are the people to see. These are the people to connect with. So, again, you say you have to be credit ready. We're going to go right in this order. You have to be credit ready. I'm going to give y'all questions, so then once I ask, we can go straight down the line. You have to be credit ready. I need the 3 steps for artists that you will be willing to look at an application and take your time with to help them be successful. Once I have my plan together and I know my purpose, when I come together at this record label, what are you looking for me to present? Is it confidence? Is it something that's futuristic? Or do you need me to fit the brand that you are offering? When it comes to me getting streams, when it comes to me being on the radio, is there a specific station I'm looking for? Should I have a target audience in radio, or do I take the route of a Jordan, of a Francesca, of a Kirk Franklin? I need to be exposed in the clubs. I need to be exposed on Saturday night when people getting ready to go out. What is that like? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3.
100% coachable.
That's good.
Second thing is you got to have grit. You got to know what you want. Les Brown said you got to fight for it, stay up all night for it. And then I want to make sure that you have skin in the game. So if you need $200,000 from me, where's your 20,000?
Yeah, that's good. That's great. That's great. Man's cooking. He's cooking. Yeah. I think if you have that, and I think if you kind of, like you said, you already know what you're trying to do. You have to. What's going to separate you from another person in that same space? Are you creating your own lane? I don't need a version 2.0 of somebody who's already big. I don't need somebody who's like, well, my song sounds like this song that went big. It's like I need somebody who creates their own lane, and somebody who has actual engagement with their fans. The engagement part is so important.
Yeah, I agree with both of those. I would say cultural relevance.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're trying to put you over. We don't want you sounding like a 2.0 or anybody else. If you're from Atlanta and your music sounds like that, let that be that. Like, don't try to be anybody else that you're trying to be the new hottest thing, the new popular thing that's going on. Cultural relevance is super important.
That's good. Listen, I want to let y'all know something. The reason why this was back-to-back, no space, is because that's what these men and women who are execs, who are VPs, who can get you the exposure, that's what they need. If y'all have any questions, these men are here, right? On the flyer, even I think somewhere here, their information is here, their email. What I would ask for y'all is, if y'all approach them, don't waste their time. Know who you're talking to. If you're looking to get your foot in the door, have your foot prepared. Don't fumble over what you got going on. Make sure your paperwork is right. Make sure you're educated. And make sure that your content is quality. Do not get caught up in the rat race of just putting stuff out because the world is doing it. We are believers. We don't function like that.